Two guys in a mic with our producer. Step into the spotlight, survivalist troopers. Come and take a seat with the combo we provide every Tuesday. It's the Blerd Survival Guide. Two guys in a mic with our producer. Step into the spotlight, survivalist troopers. Come and take a seat with the combo we provide every Tuesday. It's the Blerd Survival Guide.
What's a Blerd? That's a black guy who's also a nerd. Reading comics, watching anime. Haven't you heard? It's Jeremy, J, and Miriam talking to Delirium. Naruto, then Marvel, then DC. Are you hearing him? Pop culture reverends pull them out periodically. We sing of movies with the comics canonically, and we watch a lot of TV. It's our virtual reality. I guarantee one day we'll have a TV show on NBC.
Two guys in a mic with our producer. Step into the spotlight, survivalist troopers. Come and take a seat with the combo we provide every Tuesday. It's the Blerd Survival Guide. Two guys in a mic with our producer. Step into the spotlight, survivalist troopers. Come and take a seat with the combo we provide every Tuesday. It's the Blerd Survival Guide.
It's the Blerd Survival Guide. It's the Blerd Survival Guide. All right.
Feel it too.
You want to try that again?
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Blerd Survival Guide. I am your co-host, Jeremy.
I'm your co-host, Jay.
And this is episode 21 of Blerd Survival Guide. We are full-fledged adults now.
Hey, we can drink.
We can drink.
Hey, we earned it.
Oh, man. How's life going? How's everything for you, Jay? How's everything going?
I appreciate you asking, man. This week has been a very busy week. The weekend has been so lovely. And it has certainly given me a renewed energy for the upcoming week. And I hope everybody had a restful weekend. How about you?
I have been on vacation for the past couple weeks, so I am very well rested. I'm actually
you certainly need to get some rest here and there, and I think these week-long vacations are important for you.
Yeah, very much so.
I mean, you work 12-hour shifts at night. That's a real quick way. It's a quick way to get under your skin.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's been like I said, I'm awake. Well, I am awake. I'm a little sore because we did go work out.
Yeah, how are you feeling? How did it feel to get back in the gym?
I'm sore.
Well, that's not a bad thing. I'm going back on Tuesday.
I'll be there with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, no, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I've been just taking it easy. That's probably you haven't seen really any posts on anything on Blerd Survival Guide social media or anything.
Okay.
It's just been taking it easy, been resting up and catching up on some Boruto and yeah.
Yeah, you've been binging, haven't you?
Yeah. John, our roommate, has finally caught up. He's on the week by week.
Proud of y'all.
Yeah,
man, John sent me a Snapchat of a clip of a fight that happens in Konoha, and it is one of my favorite fights in Boruto, so I'm excited for you to get to it. You're not very far away. What episode are you on?
184.
Yeah.
I'm in the AO
arc.
Yeah, the Ninja Scientific Tool arc for those who have watched Boruto and are caught up. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't need any spoilers from anybody because I will probably be caught up by the time that y'all hear this podcast.
But one thing I love about this thing is it's such a moral debate in the ninja universe here. You know,
well, because we're just it's almost like the age of the internet in the real world. It's
kinda, yeah.
Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What's the limits that we can have from it?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a moral discussion. It's a moral debate for any developing society, because what's really cool is you've seen how rapid the development is in the society, and now they're having to contend with the consequences of rapid development.
Yeah, and that's life.
It is.
Whether it be in an anime, whether it be in the real world, it's just we just have to. We're in an age now, and that's literally, like I said, going back and forth between Boruto and real world. We're in an age where technology is faster than the speed of light.
I mean, no one has ever had to contend with the level of technology that this civilization of people is experiencing right now. And it definitely comes with its own challenges. But we're not talking about that today. What are we talking about today?
We are going to a universe of basketball, a universe of cartoons, a universe where father and son and bad acting all coincide, known as Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Man, this movie is so important to me.
Okay.
For a number of reasons, but I think most poignantly for me It's so important because we now get to re-enjoy the 1994 nostalgia that we experienced watching the original Space Jam with Michael Jordan.
Definitely, and I mean, we also get to re-experience that with the nostalgia of Space Jam, but also get to come to the today to the modernization of Space Jam and LeBron.
For sure,
and how
the modernization of Space Jam.
Yeah, that's really where it's at,
and that's really cool, right? Because like it's doing this new thing.
But the same. As Bugs Bunny definitely pointed it out multiple times.
Sounds familiar, right?
Bugs and Lola and everyone else in Toon World. Short synopsis for those who haven't seen it yet. / if you haven't seen it, spoiler alerts ahead. Go see it. It's a movie. First and foremost, it is a movie. Secondly,
it's a movie meant for children.
There's some hot topics on hot debate on that as well.
People need to go into this realizing that this is a movie meant for this generation of children to enjoy,
but also still having the references and jokes that you can enjoy as well as an adult. You just have to go in there, turn your brain off, and enjoy this film. Quick synopsis: LeBron James is at the height of his career, as he always is, because he's the greatest of all time. He is sucked into a world of cyberspace because his son, who wants to build his own video game, who has built his own video game, doesn't feel like he's being seen. And this goes into a tizzy of adventures of LeBron having to find a team to face off against Algae Rhythm, played by Don Cheadle. And they basically fight to have Dom's love, that's the name of the son, either have Dom's love or be trapped in the cyberspace, the serververse, Warner Brothers serververse forever. That's the quick, okay synopsis. But other than that, we can get into it. We can talk about some guilt, some pleasures, some cameos, and it is a walking Warner Brothers how do you do from start to finish.
I think the first thing that I kind of want to address is the title of the movie,
Space Jam: A New Legacy.
So a lot of people have this opinion that it shouldn't have the name Space Jam attached to it. So I think that you and I should definitely kind of dispute this because we were just talking about it. A lot of people don't think it should have the title Space Jam. Why should it have the title Space Jam? Because in the first one, they were in outer space.
Right. These aliens were coming from outer space to go take Michael Jordan and force him to be a slave on their planet of carnival.
We don't even know do we know the name of their planet?
No, I'm going to say Mondo Mountain. It's not Mondo Mountain, but it's something else.
We can look it up later.
Yeah, but they are these aliens. Like I said, these aliens come from outer space to take Michael Jordan and steal him to be a slave on their alien planet to be an attraction where you always lose, where he always loses at basketball.
We need more attractions.
Exactly, because Danny DeVito needs more attractions. But the difference between that space, that's if you want to get technical, that's outer Space Jam. Space Jam: A New Legacy is technically Cyberspace Jam. Yeah. For those who don't remember,
because it's taking place called cyberspace, and it takes place in the serververse.
Right. We're dealing with the internet, which I mean, it very much goes with this generation. Like
it's a perfect modernization model for bringing Space Jam into another iteration,
right? Into a whole new generation, literally a new legacy. Like,
exactly. And I think that people have this opinion that it's supposed to be as good as the other movie because of nostalgia.
And I think that goes so far with that. I mean, they did address, like I said, bugs from the get-go.
They have the jokes, right?
They have the jokes saying that like we've done this before. Literally, LeBron is like, Bugs, I need your help. We need to find a basketball team to defeat Algae Rhythm so I can have my son back. And Bugs literally says, oh, so you want me, a cartoon, and some of my Toon pals to partner with a great basketball player to defeat this villain in a game of basketball? He looks at the screen and says, sounds familiar. So
I think my favorite one. Yeah, right. My favorite point out is when Lola is like doing the Amazon challenge.
Yeah, and she was like,
they're trying to convince her to rejoin the team.
We need you to play basketball, Lola. Been there, done that.
Yeah, it's like, I'm good. And it's funny because like there's that debate about Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, who's the better player,
right? And
like I think it's funny because Lola's clearly at that point like, I've played with Michael Jordan. I don't need this guy. Like I'm good.
I've done what I need to do. And then she heard that it's all about that family.
It's all about the family, man. The family. She's always there to protect. She loves family.
She does love family.
Warner Brothers loves family.
They sure do.
Yeah, they
sure do. Oh man, Fast and Furious.
Right? I'm saying, man. I'm saying
we can always bring this back to Fast and Furious.
It's a thing. I think like it's quite possible.
It's a summer of family.
It's possible that COVID maybe brought out like this theme of family
because we're all together.
Yeah, like those kinds of trying to drive home those messages in cinema, and that's kind of where we're at. And I wouldn't be too surprised that might be what if we get another Cheaper by the Dozen movie, style movie in the coming months. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I don't know if that's Warner Brothers, but we get like Clifford the Big Red Dog. He's coming.
Big childhood nostalgia puller there.
Of course, all the Marvel movies coming out, but that's Disney and
a whole host of other things.
Yeah, a whole host of other things coming up. But
I think the other thing that I really love about this movie, and I mean, we haven't really done a review of the movie, whether or not we did enjoy it, but I think it is clear that we both enjoyed this movie, right?
Very much so.
What I really enjoyed about the movie was at the beginning, the cameos, like where it was like the different cartoons were in the different universes. The different Looney Tunes were like hanging out. And, you
had to go find them in the different universes.
They were getting the team together, and I thought that was a really cool part of the section of the movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it was really well divided up, except for the beginning. The beginning still makes me angry.
Yeah. So in the beginning, it doesn't give you a set date and time of where everything's happening like most
until the second scene,
basically, and it is a flashback of LeBron talking to his mom before they actually get to the basketball game. And then he cuts to the two of them inside the gym where it does say Akron, Ohio, 1998. That's
94.
It was 98.
It was 98?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they said they're trying to make it like 23 years in between each.
Because
it was like for Michael Jordan and Space Jam 1, the events of Space Jam 1, that was 23-year divide. It was like 1973 to like 1995, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So it was
like
a 23-year break, and that's what they were trying to go, I guess, based off of their numbers, quote unquote.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, no, it kind of like it does confuse you because it's like, are we in the future? Are we in the past? Because like LeBron's mom's name is Zosha, but that's also the name of his daughter, and then also we don't know who this kid is.
And the kid kind of favors Dom's character in the later on. And I'm sitting here at the beginning of the movie. I'm like, where are we? Like,
until it goes to Akron, Ohio, 1998.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Okay. But I mean, there were some editing faults that I just kind of, you have to glance over. Like you said, a lot of the cameos that we did see, I did enjoy, like the DC universe where it's like LeBron was like, "Who am I going to be? Am I like?" Let's hope I'm somebody important. And he turns out he's just Robin.
Just Robin. My favorite cameo was Foghorn Leghorn in the Game of Thrones.
It's like, what's his? I say, what's his? Comment.
He's on the dragon as Daenerys Targaryen. I'm like, that for some reason and for some very odd reason made way too much sense. Also, Lola as an Amazon is badass.
Well, that made more sense.
I think that made the most sense. Yeah. I mean, she was always...
They had to give her the glow up of glow ups between OG movie to Space Jam: A New Legacy, because I mean, you know, the whole backlash with they changed her design and she doesn't have the
real talk. People
curves
need to calm the heck down about the cartoon.
Yeah, sexualize yeah.
It's a bunny.
Yeah,
it's a bunny rabbit.
Yeah,
that's animated.
For a child. It's an anthropomorphic rabbit that is...
Yes.
Exactly.
And I mean, I
Here's my thing though. Nobody got mad when they changed her design for the Looney Tunes show.
Exactly.
And she was playing the crazy she was playing the crazy girlfriend in that TV show.
That's funny. I was talking to our friend Seth the other day, and he was he didn't know that Lola had been canonized into the Looney Tunes
universe?
Animated universe outside of the original Space Jam.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, man, she was also in the what do you call it? The Baby Looney Tunes.
Yeah, she was a Baby Looney Tunes, and that was like late 90s, early 2000s, and then like I said, the Looney Tunes show, which was almost like a Seinfeld, like an animated Seinfeld.
Yeah, they made it into like a sitcom type situation.
Yeah, where it was like Bugs and Daffy were like roommates at this house in the neighborhood, and Lola was Bugs' girlfriend, but she was like that crazy clingy girlfriend. It was just like,
yeah, she had
Kristen Wiig played her in the TV show. Yeah.
That's funny.
Like I said, she was the crazy girlfriend. I was just like, Bugs, are you gonna leave me? Da 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 da. And then next thing you know, like just flip the switch, like real quick, and it's like, yeah, it was.
Oh wow,
it was funny.
Speaking of people that played Lola, though, Zendaya,
highlight. Yeah, I enjoyed it. She
blended in so well. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I noticed how many particular lines Lola may have had through the whole movie.
She didn't have many.
She didn't have, but when she did, I mean, I felt that's something that we should do is go back and like try and analyze how many lines she maybe had, because like
guesstimate, it was probably like 10 minutes.
10 minutes of lines.
Dialogue, yeah.
I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of dialogue in the entire movie except for maybe Don Cheadle. Bugs Bunny.
Don Cheadle was also a highlight of that movie.
Don Cheadle made an excellent villain. I enjoy him as a villain. Like the first time I saw him as a villain was in this college humor
Captain Planet
video. And I did that. If people haven't seen this, it's absolutely hilarious and does a great job of, just spoofing Captain Planet for those of us who grew up with Captain Planet. Man. And Don Cheadle plays it. It becomes an evil Captain Planet, and I think
he's just sick and tired of people littering, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like in the new Rick and Morty episode. If people haven't seen that, with Morty's girlfriend.
Oh, Planetina.
Yeah, it's kind of like Planetina a little bit.
Oh boy. Speaking of Rick and Morty, that was an awesome cameo for the adults in the crowd.
So that sparked a hot debate.
Which is weird because, I mean, one, why would you let your kids watch Rick and Morty? I mean, I guess they can sneak and watch it on the sly.
A lot of kids. I was that kid, so I mean,
I was too. Well, no, not really. I really didn't care for I cared for cartoons, but it was like the
I snuck and watched. Because I knew about Adult Swim probably younger than I should have. Because I stayed up and watched Toonami one time, and the next thing I know, it's like, get out of the pool, it's Adult Swim comes on.
Man, I remember
like
those transitions. Yeah,
that actual transition. And I mean, that was when I started watching Family Guy, and I started watching Futurama, or I started watching like all of these Fox adult animated cartoons. But I digress. Yeah, you're right though. Like should kids know what it is? They probably will because of pop culture at this point, man. I mean, like,
yeah.
Rick and Morty has permeated throughout pop culture.
Yeah, like you look into like the Hot Topics or the box lunches or
Journeys or whatever TV T-shirt shop you got.
Yeah,
you've got Rick and Morty. So I mean,
Rick and Morty, Harry Potter, literally everything that
you saw. I mean, like
it's
safe to assume to some degree that kids at least are aware.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's not like it was when we were kids,
Also true, but like if parents were mad about that, then parents should have been mad back then when you saw Danny DeVito's character smoking a big cigar throughout the whole movie.
Right.
The drugs that were in that movie, and like everything. Like,
odds are he was definitely, that character really reminds me of like a Harvey Weinstein like type.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was very abusive toward those aliens.
Yeah,
he was smoking on the job all day, every day.
Drinking.
Yeah, he was drinking. He had a glass of whiskey at the game.
He sure did.
Yeah,
he sure did.
So I mean,
he sure did.
Parents should have been mad back then, but I mean, it was. That movie came out. That happened. We have Rick and Morty out now, and the worst that Rick and Morty did was say, "He's your problem now, dum dum," which they could have. It could have been a lot worse.
Oh man, like if it was an actually like
if it was a Rick and Morty episode,
R-rated movie, or
if it was a Rick and Morty episode,
that there would be flipping the bird, you knew that they
He
would
would have said, like, you need to take your shit trash can panda back. We don't want him. You can have him, you dumb fucks. And flip the bird and leave. That's literally how that would have played out had it been an actual Rick and Morty episode written by Rick and Morty writers.
Meanwhile, people are just upset that Lola Bunny isn't sexualized.
Doesn't have curves.
Doesn't have curves anymore.
Isn't sexualized.
And I'm
Doesn't
sitting
have
here
a sexy
like,
voice.
this character literally mated with a planet, and the other one just fought its alien
basketball team.
sperm is what I'm talking about.
Oh, Rick and Morty. Yeah, Rick and Morty. Yeah.
Like both of these characters just like had these experiences,
Literally,
and they're going to include it in the.
But then they also included the Droogs from Clockwork Orange. Those were cameoed in the audience scene.
Oh,
so I mean, it's a double-sided coin. Like that movie came out in the '70s, and people are mad. Go ahead, we'll be fine. But like I said, it's weird that parents were getting mad because you blatantly see Rick and Morty, but then you see, like I said, you see the Droogs from Clockwork Orange, and they literally.
But you have to really have a lot of. I feel like you might have to have a lot more context for that one. Because I mean, I'm
not really. Because I mean, that whole thing. Because the Droogs, they were still in the movie regardless. They were in the movie. They were in the trailer as well.
Okay.
And people were pointing it out, and they were getting mad because Pepe Le Pew was. They were told to take Pepe Le Pew out.
Yeah.
Because of Pepe Le Pew's actions, but you still have the Droogs in the trailer, and they're still in the movie.
Now, for those of our listeners, and maybe for me. Tell me a little bit more about the Droogs.
So the Droogs, they are a band. They're basically a gang. It's from the movie and the book, A Clockwork Orange. They're a band. They're a gang of just three guys that are going around causing mischief and mayhem. The worst that they did that we see in the movie is literally they break into this couple's house, rape the woman while he's singing in the rain. Which makes it creepy, and they're robbing.
This is in A Clockwork Orange?
Yes.
Oh, my.
They literally are, they beat, they kick, they punch this woman, then they rape her, and all the while, main guy is singing in the rain. They leave and then go about the rest of the movie, and then, like...
What? And they're in... See, that is a character who I can see people actually spending their time in... energy being upset about.
Like, hey, we need to take these characters out, but we can.
Like, that's something that you can certainly leave off. And I mean, you know, there's that entire conspiracy around like sexual predators and like sex trafficking in Hollywood. And I mean, when you see things like that, I think it really does allow for people to draw those lines and draw those conclusions that might be a thing,
right?
And I mean, that's a character for sure that's worth being upset about, as opposed to Rick and Morty, Pepe Le Pew, or Lola Bunny.
Right. And like I said, those probably some of the negative things that came from this movie. Like we've been going back and forth with the positives and the negatives. Another positive that I did take away from this movie was the writing. I mean, even though LeBron, my boy, he can't. Basketball players can't act.
And what's so funny is like they have that line in the movie. He's like, so anytime that an athlete tries to act, it's just not a good idea.
Yeah, and like you blatantly see it in the movie.
And I mean, like the first few scenes, you're just definitely like, oh,
it's definitely him hamming it up, and it's just like the first time. It's not the kid LeBron. It's literally adult LeBron when he's on his court, and it's just like, what are you doing out here? You got to get on the game plan. You got to be on the banger. Ball. Now do this with me. All right.
LeBron clearly knew his lines. That's what it was. I mean, he clearly knew his lines. I'm proud of him for knowing his lines. I think, but I'll give him the benefit of trying. You know, I really will. I think that he did his best, and I think there were moments that he found himself truly becoming a character, as opposed to just being a basketball player that's acting.
Right. And I feel like me personally, I think he did better voice acting. He was actually an animated character.
True.
I feel like he was better voice acting than he was when he was actually on screen.
True. That's my opinion. That's a really good point.
Because, I mean, I feel like whoever directed him in the voice acting should have directed him for the rest of the movie.
He could be able to help him tap into his...
To acting mode,
his voice, to his inner voice.
Yeah,
you know,
because like I said, it was more.
The challenge that he really faced, though, was it wasn't as much of a natural story for him as it was for Michael Jordan. Yeah, and we talked about this. It's like
It was real life events that circled around the original Space Jam, where Michael Jordan was literally, he retired from basketball, was going into baseball. He was with Birmingham Barons, which is funny enough. Space Jam took place in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yep, yes it did.
Awesome.
Fun facts. Fun facts.
Hometown.
Hometown pride right here.
And it's funny.
And they filmed in Birmingham at the original Barron Stadium. I can't think of the name of the
moving Metropolitan?
No. It was the
Rickwood Field?
Rickwood Field.
Yeah.
They filmed at Rickwood Field, and I've always thought that was one of the coolest things.
Dope. Yeah, but the first, like I said, the first film it dealt around that time where Michael Jordan was in between going from basketball to minor league baseball back to basketball. They included it in the movie. Whereas with LeBron, he's having to play this like non-understanding, almost absentee father that doesn't know video games, which good and well. This man knows what a video game is,
and you know that good and well that this man has like more empathy for his children. Like he has,
definitely.
I'm not,
especially at this point in his career.
The thing that wasn't convincing for me is the fact that the stressor for like most of the problems was that LeBron has this stigma against video games and video game culture because he one time as a child
was playing a video game
before a basketball game and they lost the basketball game.
And here's the thing about that basketball game. It was like they made it seem like it was such a big deal that they lost the whole game because he was playing video games. The score at the end of that game was 54-55.
And like I completely grasp the concept as an athlete that the game starts before the game, right? Like, and you got to get in your headspace. But also, this kid is like 11.
Right.
Like, he's like 11.
Right.
He's 11. And like, let me say that again for the people. And then, like, to put the entire game on him like
on
that.
An 11-year-old.
It's irresponsible, and at the end of the day, it's not what drove him to be an amazing athlete,
the greatest basketball player of all time, like
that. No, I just that's where that's the part where I'm not so convinced.
The suspense of disbelief
film.
is just kind of
Yeah, and I'm just like, that's not his experience, and I mean, I'm pretty dang sure it's not his experience.
Yeah, they could have done it. They could have set the year probably when he was either going back to Cleveland. Or when he was going to the Lakers, like if they were to have to, like if they took the route like they took with Michael Jordan, where like I mean this man did switch teams a lot, but it's like it'd be one of those like I feel like if the story was more so I need to go back home, as in like I'm not at my best. Like while I was with the Miami Heat, I wasn't at my best, even though I did win these championships. I don't feel like I'm at my best unless I'm at home. And if he were like it went into that in between of like if I did this basketball game, but like. It was like the Tunes would have represented like his Cleveland team,
his return to home.
Yeah, and whoever the Goon Squad would have been like the Miami Heat players.
Right. The D Wades or the Chris Bosches.
Right,
man. I would have loved to see a Boscher Raptor, a Veloso. Yeah, man, like that would have been really cool. And I mean, we haven't even talked about the villains in this movie because the villains were freaking dope.
Hey, let's keep it going.
I mean, like because. The fact that Dom made this entire thing, like
that's cool too. That was one of the things with all my STEM students and those who did science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Literally,
all that.
This 12-year-old created a video game. They did point that out in the movie. It's just like literally, you have the power to not just do sports. You can be smart. You can be able to do things. He was able to put sports into a video game and make it look cool.
Right.
That just lets you know as a child or even as an adult, for those who are listening, that you're allowed to do anything you want, and you can put your mind to it.
And you can merge two things that you're passionate about, and it doesn't have to be. And it can be for it to be uniquely you, and it doesn't have to be just one thing. And I think that's that's one of the big messages of this film.
Right, and just reeling it back in, like those villains, like the way he designed them, like we said, like Dame Lillard, Dame Time,
yeah, man. Anthony Davis, fantastic, like the brow,
the brow, yeah,
the brow.
Man, when LeBron called him out, he was like, "Hey, y'all brows, it's time for them to break up." He's like, "What's wrong with my bro?" I don't see nothing wrong with it. Nika, she was Arachnica.
She was Arachnica.
Yeah. And then
you
had Hot Fire, or
what was it Firewater? No.
You had White Mamba.
Deanna Taurasi and Nika. I don't even know how to pronounce her last name.
I don't want to disrespect her, but yeah, like I said, Arachnica.
Arachnica, White Mamba, Kronos, Wetfire.
Clay Thompson was Wetfire. And that's fitting, man. Like that's it.
They did everything that like fit their personalities, and I like how Don was able to do that. It was like
he's like, I hung out with my dad, and it's cool that he was like, I hung out with my dad's friends who are also basketball players.
It was like Wallet was like at a charity basketball game and got them to basically put them in his game, and then he was able to configure to make them into these avatars.
I mean, they were real deal video game bosses, you know, like
especially when they introduced Damian Lillard for Kronos. It was like, new player unlocked, and it was like literally his first thing. Like he literally froze time, put Roadrunner on the plate for Wile E. Coyote, made LeBron into a freaking pirate with Tweety as the parrot. And it was just like started laughing and made a shot. I think that excellent. The way they use these animations, the animation, the way they use like once the Looney Tunes finally got loony and did their thing, that was all dope. And like the way they actually were to use these CGI and the technology they have today to make it look dope.
Like bro, real deal though. The rap battle. The rap battle. Porky Pig's
Notorious P.I.G.
Man, like he was freaking iconic, man. Like the dude took his moment, and I'm sitting here like, all right, Porky. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it when he got on the mic. I was like, he's about to spit straight bacon.
When he started with that study, he was like, and it was like, oh shit, it went in.
You know what it reminds me of? Mushmouth and
Fat Albert.
Yeah, like when as soon as you see this cat just like start stuttering on the mic, and he just man, like it was just you got hype. You couldn't help but get hype.
He dropped the mic. He was just like something y'all broke, and I'm in with my famous line. That's all, folks.
And he
dropped the mic.
No one could step to Porky. No one even tried to step to Porky. I mean, like you saw Don Cheadle be like, y'all go get this man, and he didn't even. No.
That was dope. You had literally, and that was funny because you had while he was rapping, you see Bugs and Lola literally doing the Roger Rabbit. So it's like you got two rappers doing the rabbit move. You had Daffy being the hype man.
How about the fact that Daffy was the coach?
Fitting.
I mean, like he wanted to be the coach. You know, he always wanted to be the coach.
He wanted to be the leader. He wants to be the top dog.
That's Daffy.
Daffy always when he was in DC, when he was like dibs on being coach, he wanted to be Superman.
You know, Daffy always suffered from little man syndrome because he was the number 2, right? Yeah. Like, and I always find that that's hilarious because they wrote that in basically without ever saying that Daffy deals with like second child syndrome type situation.
Because the first 3 characters you think of when you think of Warner Brothers is Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Alpha Fudd.
Yeah, but that first one is always
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, it's never just Daffy. And poor Daffy, I mean, he gets his moment, kind of. Like, he gets to be the coach.
He gets to, he dropped when he got 3D, he was like, I look expensive. He was so happy to be expensive.
He
felt fresh.
Daffy needs special kinds of love.
Hey, and that's how he felt when in Looney Tunes Back in Action. He felt like that too.
Yeah,
he was just, that was technically his story.
Was it really?
Yeah, he got he was. It was almost like when because I mean Bugs just kind of like came for the ride, and then it was like it kind of turned into Bugs being Bugs. It was like Daffy.
Bugs took over as he
lost
does.
His name when they was like because Warner Brothers, we actually own your name. No, you can't own the name of. Oh wow, you really can't own the name.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. It is sparked by the second place of being second fiddled.
Yep.
To Bugs.
To Bugs. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But we can go on and on.
I as we say, we can go on and on.
And what we're gonna do now is take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsor, Anchor. And then we will be right back with the weekly blurb. We will be right back, guys. All right.
Welcome
back. You know what time it is. It's time for the
weekly blurb.
and it's my week to go first.
I'm excited to hear about what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, so this week I want to talk about a comic book. I mentioned it a couple episodes back when I was talking about Tuskegee Airs. Yeah, a couple. So quadruple, something like that. But no, it's a comic book that I read when we went on the Austin trip. One of the ones because I had like a backpack full of comic books. You
did. You came prepared.
I did because that was 15 hours of fun.
It sure was.
Yeah. But this book, I got it from from Comic-Con when we went
in Birmingham in 2019.
That was 2019.
Bro, it was 2019.
Oh my god.
It was like October of 2019.
Yeah, we got that convention coming up in October again. So
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. But this comic book, it's called Black Sands: The Seven Kingdoms by Manuel Godoy and David Linderman.
It is a black-owned comic book, yes?
Yes, this is a black-owned comic book. It's called Black Sands Entertainment. So easy to remember. Black Sands.
The comic book, yep.
Black Sands Entertainment.
That's badass.
Yeah. But basically, what it is, it's Egyptian stories told anew.
Reimagined,
yes, thank you. If I had to put it in words that we can all comprehend / something I probably...
If you had to explain this book to a third grader...
It's Avatar: The Last Airbender meets Prince of Egypt meets Naruto.
That sounds pretty freaking epic to me. You're getting my attention.
Exactly. It is pretty freaking epic. I have the Ultimate Edition #1, which is about 3 of the first 3 or 4 issues.
Okay.
And it revolves around these kids who are the children of the pharaohs of these different Egyptian cities.
Kingdoms.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, 7 kingdoms. But they are one family, but they all have different powers. There's one who basically they each control essentially
Is it an element?
Essentially an element. There's one who controls sand. He has vitiligo.
That's cool.
Yeah, is very inclusive. There's one who controls air, one controls water, one controls fire. So you have air, water, fire, sand, and earth.
So earth and sand.
Yeah. And it's generally, like I said, it's a story you just have to like get into and read. It teaches you about history of like the Egyptian kings and queens and the motherland of those who we want to go back to one day / visit, because I definitely do want to go to Egypt.
So game to go to Egypt
in my lifetime. But it's definitely a fantastic comic book. I am looking forward to the writers and animators to release some more, and we did meet them at Comic-Con. I do want to meet them again. I probably will message them, see if we can get them on the podcast sometime so we can discuss the first 3 issues and what they have in store for future endeavors in regards to Black Sands. But you guys just got to check it out. Jay's flipping through it right now just to take a quick look at it.
This guy definitely looks like what's his face, the Black Samurai that we just watched.
Yasuke.
Yeah. I wanted to say Sasuke, like
I do
Naruto,
too.
but Yasuke. Yeah, he looks like Yasuke. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it looks like there's a really great, diverse array of blackness that's being displayed here.
The shades of blackness in this movie, or not movie, in this comic book, are excellent.
I mean, I would watch a TV show.
I think they are developing a show.
I would watch it. I would watch it in a heartbeat.
But yeah, that is Black Sands. Like I said, I want to get in touch with the owners of Black Sands Entertainment, see if we can get them on the podcast. Just have a conversation with them about.
We'll tag them in the post.
Yeah, definitely, and I do follow them on my personals and on the business, so we can see what happens.
Because you're smart.
Thanks. But yeah, that was my quick little blurb. I know I have about 30 seconds left. One small little tidbit that's not in thing to Black Sands. Leslie Grace from In the Heights. She played Vanessa.
Yeah.
She's going to be Batgirl for HBO movie. Yeah. They're doing an HBO movie. It's going to be Batgirl. She's going to be Batgirl.
It's going to be an HBO. It's only going to be released on HBO Max? Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds exciting.
Well, because HBO, I think next year they're releasing like 10 HBO Max movies, like specifically for the platform. And I believe that's going to be one of them.
Those are going to be some high-quality films.
Yeah. They got the money.
I know. That's why I'm excited for them.
So yeah, that's my weekly blurb. Jay, what you got for us this week?
Well, I just want to say thank you for sharing about Black Santa. I hope people get a chance to check it out.
Yeah.
And
we will definitely tag them in our posts for the next coming days.
Yeah, I just hope that people branch out and find some new comic book stories that spark their interest. And I think a lot of people, this has a lot of wide appeal. Something that doesn't have a lot of wide appeal.
Lay it on me.
Lil Nas X.
Boy, have you seen that new song, Industry Baby?
Bro, it's a bop. First of all, it's a whole bop. Like the beat goes so hard. Like I've bopped it in my car like 4 times since we listened to it on the soundbar.
Produced by Kanye West.
And it goes hard. Like I saw someone say, or I heard someone say about seeing something that said that they can't wait till the HBCU bands get a hold of this song.
When it gets on the field, boy.
But the song itself is fine. The song itself is like not provocative. It's hype.
Fantastic. Love the lyrics, love the beat, love production.
But
love Jack Harlow's verse.
Jack Harlow's verse goes freaking hard.
Yeah. And I don't. Yeah, you know me. I don't like rap.
No, you don't. You
and I
actively avoid it.
And I enjoy this. I enjoy this song because I like horns.
But yes, you do like horns. But I think the thing that really is sparking the debate about this song is the music video. Which I personally am so happy there's a place for this kind of music video now. Because we lived through the 90s and the mid 2000s where straight rappers had straight male rappers, mind you, straight male rappers had men or women on like full nude display,
G-strings,
sexualized
bikinis,
and now we have
chocolate caramel,
and I mean like fully
big booty,
fully subjugating and fully objectifying these women, right? And now
video vixens is what they were called.
Yes. In the 21st century, the year 2021, we finally have a gay rapper who is essentially doing what they did, but with men.
An all-male
review. With an all-male review, right? Like, I mean, it's an answer that a lot of people no one expected, because we have female rappers that come out, but like you're not seeing like this overt sexualization of men to the same degree. That
I just want to say that haters should have seen this coming once Montero came out, because Montero was just all Lil Nas X.
Right,
like every character was him.
Right,
lap dancing on himself. Going down the stripper pole from heaven to hell,
right?
Lap dancing on Satan, but that was actually Lil Nas X and Satan. But also he was Adam, and also he was Eve, but also he was the serpent, but also he was Samson, and
but also he was God.
And he was, so that was all him. So you'd expect, all right, this gay rapper is definitely talking about the Bible, because all the haters say, hey, you need to get this out the Bible. It's like, well, I'm going to talk about the Bible in my music video,
right?
And I was like, all right, now I'm going to make the gayest music video that you've ever seen.
And everybody says that I should be in jail for what I did with the Nike commercial and everything. And now I'm going to actually go to jail and basically be a queer icon.
Literally whatever the haters say, he will do. And it's just like, hey, you need to read the Bible. All right, he put it in his video. He put the Bible in his video. Hey, you need to go to jail for those shoes. All right, I'm putting in my music video. I went to jail for the shoes.
I think that he is doing an excellent job of feeding the beast while maintaining his identity.
It's like
his authenticity as an artist.
It's like all the managers for like music managers say. It's like all publicity is good publicity,
and he's for real flipping it. You know, he's for real flipping it in his favor. I think that like I get really excited about it because it's a total anti-establishment, patriarchal, traditional masculinity that has been toxic within rap culture, and flipped it and allowed for this kind of conversation. Because I mean, people would be like, "Oh, I don't like Lil Nas X because he's gay," but I'm like, if he's making good music and also is permeating country airwaves as well as rap airwaves, I think that he's
an artist.
He's a fully established artist at that point, right? Yeah. And like I think that he's changed the game, allowed for a different kind of artist to exist at this point.
Now, did you see the Jack Harlow cancellation hate that happened?
What?
Roughly after the music video came out. I mean, the music video just came. It's Sunday when we record. Of course, you guys know that music video came out Friday. Yeah, Friday. People already hating on Jack Harlow because he wasn't in any of the other parts except for the one part where he was with the woman. He wasn't in any of the quote-unquote gay parts of the video. Jack Harlow has since responded and said, look, guys, Lil Nas wrote this whole thing out. I did what Lil Nas wanted me to do. If he wanted me to be naked and dance with him, I would have danced with him. That was whatever he wanted me to do.
I mean, I don't... This thing where someone's not enough of an ally is so bogus. It's so bogus. It truly keeps people from being authentic allies for whatever community you want to support that you're not necessarily a member of. Exactly. And I mean, I think that Jack Harlow coming out to perform in this music video, in this song,
being part of the song, being in the video. I mean, if he was against this,
surely could have said no.
Like he could have been part of the song, and he would have been like, "Yeah, I'll be a part of the song, but I won't be in the video." He could have just said, "No, I don't want to be in the song because what you did with Montero, I don't want to be any part of what you want to do." Right. He could have done any of that. No, he was a part of the song. He was a part of the video, and he was in more than one scene with him. Not just on rap, because he was literally he walked by. He gave them some he was like the guard. Passed them the thing. Yeah. So he's definitely an ally. He doesn't. You don't have to necessarily be doing quote unquote gay things to be an ally. Like
no, you without a doubt do not have to be doing homosexual acts in order to be an ally.
Yeah, and I'm using air quotes. That's why I pause.
I'm just like no, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, and that's upsetting because the man who has clout, who has like social capital, partnered with Lil Nas and like fully endorsed the song by being a part of the song and a part of the video. And if people honestly don't think that that's enough of enough allyship, then they might need to check their own egos or ideas of what allyship is. Privilege.
But no, definitely.
I'll quote there for you. But no, I just wanted to go on a little bit of a rant about it because I do enjoy the song, and I do think that it's an important song. I think that Lil Nas is an important artist at this point.
He is definitely he's become an icon of this generation for the LGBTQ community, for future artists out there who are afraid to be their authentic selves
and push those boundaries.
Yeah,
you know?
And I mean, he's definitely doing that. And I'm happy that we still have artists like that today because there's definitely,
you know, there was a time for like Prince when he did that, and like this gender bending style within traditionally overt masculine genres of music. I mean, like Prince was in rock and roll, right?
Yeah, he was in rock and roll. He was in R&B, but and now we have he's wearing blouses and heels and assless chaps, and
now we have Lil Nas in rap. And I mean, I think that rap and even country, for that matter, if you will, and it's enough to see and enough to let you know that like things might be changing for the better in this way.
Yes.
But yeah, that's my little blurb.
Very nice, very nice. Great episode.
I thought so.
I enjoyed that. Yeah, nice little spiel on Lil Nas X. Nice little spiel on Black Sands, and a nice little spiel on Space Jam.
A new legacy.
A new legacy. But thanks, guys, for listening, as you do every week. And remember to follow us on all of our social media platforms. On
Facebook at Blerd Survival Guide, on Twitter at Blerd Guide, on Instagram at Blerd Survival Guide, and you can even email us at blerdsurvivalguide@gmail.com. You can also contact us through our personals at JairBear3295 and at JDub0283.
Keep surviving, everybody.
Keep surviving, everybody.
Listen to the theme song.
Two guys and a mic with our producer. Step into the spotlight, survivalist troopers. Come and take a seat with the combo we provide every Tuesday. It's the Blerd Survival Guide.
It's the Blerd Survival Guide. It's the Blerd Survival Guide.